So, how is my Bitcoin portfolio doing, right? So far, my $4,872 investment into Bitcoin has given me a return of 1.50%, or in other words, I've gained a return of $72 with 85 cents. And so, what's going on, right? So, like, how can I reach uh, how can I grow my crypto portfolio to $1 million, right? There's two answers to that. One is by obviously investing money that I have left over from my paycheck into crypto, right, or into Bitcoin. The other second option is to, grow this YouTube channel as fast as possible, get monetized, and from the money that I make from these videos, right, I deposit that money into my crypto portfolio, right? So basically, the more money, you know, the better, I guess you could say. So that way I can realistically reach my goal of $1 million in my crypto portfolio, right? And so, what's making me like stay? I guess you could say like stay motivated and staying in Bitcoin in the like in the when Bitcoin isn't doing good, right? Basically, what makes me stay in Bitcoin, right? For when it has like good days and terrible days, is that if you look at the S&P 500, right? Basically, the S&P 500 gives you an annualized return of 10%, right? Now, keep that in mind, right? Meanwhile, Bitcoin, right, could give you, for example, its best year Bitcoin had was in 2017. And in 2017, Bitcoin had a return of 1,369%, return, right? Meanwhile, if you look, keep in mind, right? If you had invested into the S&P 500, you would have just gotten a 10% return on your investment, right? Obviously, it's, safe and sure, right, with the S&P 500. And meanwhile, the, crypto market is a little bit more, I guess you could say, like volatile, right, in a way. Yeah, it is more volatile. But I feel like nothing is safe, right? And I feel like if I'm willing to take the risk, I'm willing to take the risk with Bitcoin because I honestly want to see that that return as fast as possible, and so I'm willing to stick to investing into Bitcoin, whether Bitcoin has a good day or a bad day, right? And I feel like not everything that you invest into is, I guess you could say, like safe, right? So literally, the S&P 500 could crash, right? The Bitcoin could crash, right? But if my goal, right, is to reach $1 million in my crypto portfolio, right, I have to be, I have to take the risk because I feel like if I don't take the risk, I'm gonna, pass away, not knowing that, okay, I could have, realistically made money with, investing into Bitcoin, or I could have realistically made money investing into SPY, right, and etc., right. So you never know when to actually take the risk. Like I guess and I guess I should say like I want to take the risk because tomorrow is never sure, right? And so basically, how have I been approaching like investing into my Bitcoin portfolio, right, or my crypto portfolio? Basically, I've been dollar cost averaging, and so basically, it's an approach to purchasing an investment in which the buyer spreads out their purchases so that the total price paid is less affected by market timing. And so basically, whenever, Bitcoin has a very terrible day, right, I'll try to buy some Bitcoin on that terrible day. That way, let's say my average was at, let's say, I don't know, let's say my average was all the way here at the 65,000 level. I could bring my average down as long as I keep, buying Bitcoin at these current levels around the 58,000 level or the 57,000 level. That way, my average Bitcoin won't be stuck at this price point at the 65,000 level. And so, what's next, right? Like, for Bitcoin, right? Basically, um, if you take a look at this thing called the Bitcoin rainbow chart, right? Basically, it shows like a variety of colors, right? And each color has a different meaning, right? And so right now we're in this range. I guess you could say it's in this blue color right now. It looks like it's in the blue color, and that blue color basically signals that basically Bitcoin is a fire sale, right? And obviously you could use this chart, I guess this Bitcoin rainbow chart to your advantage, right? That way you know when to like, okay, I feel like I could buy a little bit of Bitcoin here, right? That way you don't have to constantly, buy Bitcoin at the high, right? And that's what I've been doing, right? I've been trying to, analyze this chart. I'll be like, oh, okay, so it's in this, color range, right? I'll try to buy Bitcoin when it approaches that color range, right? Or, in other words, sometimes I'll just look at certain support levels or resistance levels, right? And I'll play the waiting game. I'll be like, okay, can, Bitcoin go past for example, right here on August 23rd, right? I basically waited if Bitcoin could break the 180-day moving average, right? It actually failed. And so I was like, okay, let's see. Tomorrow, August 24th, right? 2024. Can Bitcoin break the 180-day moving average? Nope, it failed. Then August 25th, it failed again, right? And so I was like, okay, let's see if, Bitcoin can bounce off the the 200-day moving average. That didn't happen. The next candle, let's see if Bitcoin can bounce off the 20-day moving average. That didn't happen. And now you can see that right now Bitcoin is just in this little range right now, where it's trying to break the 20-day moving average. You can see this candle right here tried breaking it. It failed. You can see this candle right here, the August 29th candle, tried breaking it and it failed. And this candle tried approaching it, but it barely got to it. And so that tells me that right now Bitcoin is possibly gonna just trade in this little range around the 58,000 level through the 57,000 level. And so I personally feel like right here where Bitcoin is at right now is a personal good entry point for me to get in, right? And so I feel like, I'm here for Bitcoin. I'm here for the long term. You know, I'm I've I was a little scared when I started, investing because I had no idea of, like of any of this, right? I had no idea. Nobody taught me, nobody showed me, along the way. I had to, learn it by myself. And I was really scared because one day I had invested like what was it, maybe like $2,000 so far into Bitcoin, and my position was down like almost $300 or $200, and I was like really scared. But then I thought about it like, you know, if you're investing into this for the long term, there's nothing that you should be scared of. You should just keep going, going and going, right? Because if you keep investing into this for the long term, right, you're gonna be all right. Like there's nothing that you should be, scared of, right? That is unless like Bitcoin just randomly disappears one day, right? But I'm willing to take the risk, right? I'm willing to, see, my goal of reaching $1 million with Bitcoin. I want to reach that goal as fast as possible, right? That's why I'm trying to save up money, not waste money on, you know, like silly stuff like clothes, shoes. I used to be like that, but not so much anymore because I feel like that's kind of a nuisance in a way to me. And I feel like that's a obstacle that's gonna get in my way from reaching $1 million. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys that so far my Bitcoin portfolio, which is an investment of $4,872, has given me a 1.50% return. In other words, it's given me a $72 it's giving me $72 with 85 cents return on, Bitcoin, right? And other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care and bye.